be getting on is, okay, that's you. You're doing good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Got it. Okay, perfect. And so y'all excited to hear from our friend who is a legend sitting at the feet of giants, right? And so we, of course, hi, Angela. Okay, yes. Okay. So, okay, when it turns over, so
I'm
Suzanne,
good.
you're
Can you hear me
good?
okay?
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Okay, perfect. Terry, I'm assuming you're going to spotlight her and you got that because I can't do any of that for it. Okay, perfect. Wonderful. Okay, well, we got a minute before we actually get started. I want to thank you all for just being a part. But right at 7 o'clock, we will begin. And so I appreciate your commitment and willingness to be inspired. I do believe when I started in a minute, I do believe that if she can do it, kind of mentality, so can you. It's going to be a different journey and a different vision, a different dream. But the bottom line is, it's all about the willingness to go over, around, and through. So I am excited. So okay, so it is 7 o'clock, and I am ready to actually begin. So first of all, I just want to say welcome to this event. I am so excited. My name is National Sales Director LaRonda. My name is LaRonda Daigle. Okay, I'm a national Mary Kay, but my name is LaRonda, and of course, many of you know myself and my beautiful co-host here, Terry Schafer, which she'll come on in 2 seconds and say hi. But Terry and I are so excited to bring you someone that's very special to both of us, different paths, different journeys. But we both, when we were talking about who, there was no ifs, ands, or buts, with conviction that Suzanne Brothers needs to be on this event. And so I just want to say, first of all, Suzanne, thank you for saying yes. I knew you would. I told Terry, I said, Terry, I can talk forever about her. I said, we just got to keep it short because then we'll take her time up. And so I just want to say this to all of you. Suzanne and I came from the same national area. I had no clue when I stood with Carolyn Savage and Suzanne, who I was really standing next to. The following year when I came back, that first year at seminar is when I saw Suzanne being crowned queen as the #1 director, all of Mary Kay. It was that vision, was my first vision with conviction. And Suzanne knows this, and I say it all the time, my people know this, that stood with, to this day, I have chills because Suzanne floated across the stage, and she floated, and I just started crying. And my director said, why are you crying? I said, because I see myself. Well, that didn't come to pass for 1 year, but 15 years later, but it was Suzanne that was in my heart and in that vision. But Suzanne and I was just on another Zoom, and I was talking about our national Suzanne, Carolyn Savage, and how we were together at her funeral and everything, and how that priest had mentioned that Carolyn was driven from the inside out. And I know without a doubt, Suzanne, you have always made and will continue to make such a huge impact, not just on my life, but the world of Mary Kay. And I am personally forever grateful for you. I love you with all my heart. I thank you so much for being my friend. When I debuted as a national, you were in Baton Rouge with me. You have stood by my side through many things, and I'm grateful for you. I love you, and I'm excited for my people to hear your heart and your wisdom. Thank you. And Terry, my friend, you're on.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm happy to be co-hosting with my good girlfriend, LaRonda. And we have many of conversations, don't we, LaRonda, throughout the week? And we always have a great time with each other. And she's absolutely right. When we were talking about, one of the things that LaRonda and I talked about is the importance of making sure that we bring forth the pioneer leaders in our company, to bring forth the women who blazed the way for all of us, to bring forth women that knew Mary Kay Ash, knew the heart of Mary Kay Ash. And when we were talking, it was like, Suzanne Brothers, that's who we want. And I'm going to tell you just a little bit about Suzanne, and then I'm going to tell you just quickly about Suzanne, because I don't want to waste not one single minute that she's going to pour into your lives. And I know that I told her yesterday when I had the opportunity to talk to her, I said, you know, in the season that I'm in right now, Suzanne, I am so excited to be able to sit at your feet and allow you to pour all of your wisdom into me and insight into me and belief into me and love into me. And so I'm so grateful for this moment in time for sure. So a little bit about Suzanne Brothers. She's a master. You know, we talk a lot in our national area about a pro is someone who learns to do it over and over again, someone who practices their skills until they become a pro at it. And Suzanne is a pro. She's an expert in Mary Kay and in life for sure. And so what she has done, just a few, because I said, I looked at her accolades and I'm like, wow, there's a lot to share with you, but we have chosen a few. Several amazing things about Suzanne. Number one, she and her unit in Mary Kay, while she was an active sales director with Mary Kay, she did $1 million in retail sales, not one time in our company, not 2 or 3, but she did it 4 times in Mary Kay. And ladies, that is a really big, and when I say big, I mean big, huge deal for someone to accomplish that, them and
Do y'all
their
hear her?
unit. It takes an extraordinary leader. Oops, hold on. Am I back?
Yeah, Terry, you're back.
Okay.
Hi. But I don't think your connection is not good for some.
Okay. So I'll keep talking and then I'll see if there's anything I can do. I'll grab Daniel. So Suzanne, she's an expert and a pro because she did it over and over and over and over again. And her unit, their highest was 1.5, which is 1,500,000 in sales in 12 months, which is absolutely amazing. There's probably about 10% of our directors that hit $500,000 for the year. But imagine doing that plus $1 million on top of it. That is like, I don't know, Suzanne, do you even know? Is it 0.0001% in our company? Just so amazingly.
If I would have known it then, I probably would have scared myself so bad. I would have froze. Sometimes it's good not to know.
Amazing. So, and by the way, when she was doing these extraordinary years, she was the queen as well, not once, but twice in her seminar division. Another amazing thing that Suzanne had, a privilege, it was that her peers nominated her as Miss Go Give in our entire company because she's just that extraordinary with her love of others. Inner Circle National Sales Director, the top of the top. So when you think about national sales directors, there are nationals and then there are Gold Circle nationals and then Diamond and then Inner Circle, which is the top of the top in Mary Kay. Another extraordinary accolade that is on Suzanne's resume. Do you know that Suzanne has earned over $10 million in her Mary Kay business? Yeah, 10 million. I just saw someone go, wow. Yeah, wow. Do you know in 1 month, Suzanne did over $46,000 in income that Mary Kay deposited into her account on the 15th of the month for 1 month. What would you do with $46,000? I would love for you to dream about that tonight. What would you do with $46,000? Probably the thing that I love most about Suzanne is her love of her family. Suzanne has an amazing husband, Mike, that is like so supportive and always is right by her side. I love them together. They have 5 children combined, and with those children, they have 12 grandchildren. How
Wonderful.
awesome is that? So this lady is busy. And by the way, she's retired. And when I say retired, in Mary Kay as a national, we retire at 65 plus plus. And if you look at her, I always just think, how is it even possible that she is retired? Like, she to me looks like maybe, 40-ish, mid 40-ish. And so I'm like, wow, Mary Kay works for sure. I guess really the one thing I just want to say is that anytime that David, my husband, and I, we go on a Mary Kay trip, without fail, every single trip. I don't know why I've been so blessed, but every single trip, we have dinner with Mike and Suzanne. Not even about Mary Kay, just family. She's like family. I love sitting with her. I love, just yesterday we had an opportunity to talk for about 45 minutes over the phone. And let me just tell you how extraordinary it was. Noah was in the car with me. Noah is 21 and he is all boy. And we were sitting together and I was talking to Suzanne and we were listening to it, on the car, the Bluetooth. And by the time that our conversation was over, myself and my son were both crying. We were so moved about the conversation that we were having. And it takes a lot for Noah to cry, but he was like, Mom, that was such a good conversation. And we walked into dinner and I was cleaning up my face and he was cleaning up his face. And I'm like, wow, I'm so grateful for your truth and for who you are in not only my life, but my family, our lives. And so I'm turning it over because we want to just absorb everything that Suzanne has to say because it's all yummy. So, Suzanne Brothers.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Okay, every day I could wake up to that. And I'm really, really humbled by everything that has been said by LaRonda and by Terry. And for those of you who have met me or you know me or we've had a conversation, hello again, my dear friends. It's really great to be able to see you on this incredible Zoom. I'm seeing a lot of names here, you guys, a lot of names and a lot of faces. So thank you for being with us tonight. I want to say I may not know you individually, but and I love it, really does. And what a dynamic duo that you have in Terry and LaRonda. I mean, dedicated. Yeah, you guys, dedicated. I mean, you look up definition of dedicated, and you're going to see their names. Knowledgeable, solid leadership, not only in heart, but also in mind. And what would Mary Kay do? They know it. But I will tell you what Mary Kay would do. She'd be thanking them both because they are both outstanding examples of being what they talk about. Can I get an amen on that one? Yeah, amen on that. They walk the talk. And that's really an important thing. They are both outstanding examples of what this is all about. And what a life honor to be their friends. I mean, really, truly, what a life honor. I feel so blessed. I just want to live another day so that I can really feel that kind of love in my life that I feel from LaRonda and also from Terry, and now again from you guys. You are truly, truly a blessing in each other's lives. You're a blessing in my life. And I know this, my friends, that I know that when your purpose is clear, that the price is easy. But when your purpose is unclear, the price will always be too high. So these leaders are all about your happiness and your success. That's their purpose. That is their purpose about your happiness and your success. So they won't break your arm to be successful in life, but they may twist it. So if you get a little twist in your arm from LaRonda or Terry or anybody on this call, any director, anyone who wants your success, I'll tell you what, let them twist your arm, because sometimes other people see your greatness before you do. Oh. Okay, so they've asked me to speak, and what an honor to do that today, to be able to pour into your hearts and minds, and for me to offer this to your heart and your mind. You guys, you need to be open. I mean, you got to be open to it. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions during this, and I think LaRonda will fill the questions or whatever.
Yes.
But I want to ask you a couple of questions, because when you participate in a call like this, when you're paying attention or you're writing notes or you're doing any of that, isn't it true? Isn't it true that you gain more? So this is not a time to multitask. No, it's not a time to multitask. It is a time to be so present with us, both spiritually and mentally, emotionally, and everything. Because I'm going to say something that I've prayed about that is specific for you. So be ready for it, okay? Be ready for it? Are you ready for it? Okay, be ready for it. Okay. So I honor legacy. I honor legacy. And just like Terry said, I cherish families. I protect and I defend our way of life. And I believe in passing others this mission that we've all been entrusted to. So literally to you, it has all been entrusted to. My own mother, who would have been 92 this year, to tell you about legacy, oh my gosh, we got it in our family big time. So I brought my mother into the business, and she was the first director in the company to earn a Cadillac while she was in DIQ. And my mother was an introvert. Okay. My mother was like, she liked people, but she didn't like cats or dogs or kids. Okay, so she was like really like a stay-at-home, working this business out of her home. But do you know something else about my mom? Is that we were the first mother-daughter to earn a top director trip together, first timers. So now my own daughter finished a $400,000 unit club and in Cadillac, and just almost celebrating Emma, her darling baby, her and Todd's baby, 1 year, a 1 year birthday in 2 weeks. So it is all about legacy, whether you're passing this on to your own daughter because of the business, or a friend or relative or whatever. You guys have a legacy to continue. So our founder, our mentor, one of our greatest teachers ever, and sometimes honestly, our mother, okay, that was Mary Kay Ash. Countless times, can I tell you, seriously, I cannot count the number of times that she corrected me privately in a non-critical way. I mean, seriously, one time I got off stage and she put her hand out. I'm like, uh-oh, what? She put her hand out because I was chewing gum on stage and I spit my gum into Mary Kay's hand. I mean, only a mother would do that. Okay. So when I think of my spiritual life, I want to ask myself two things. What would Jesus do? And then the second thing, if I'm in any kind of business situation, and my thoughts about this is, what would Mary Kay do? So please, what do you think she would tell you now? With what you've got in your life, with your career right before you, what would Mary Kay tell you? What quick words would she say to you? It is so simple, you guys, so simple. All you need to do is just ask. All you need to do is just ask. She may not be with us physically, but she is now touching every single life in this company, because as an angel, she has absolutely nothing stopping her to inspire and to help people be able to gain answers to their questions. So that still small voice, that still small voice that comes into your heart or your mind. So do you think that we need Mary Kay's wisdom right now? Mm-hmm. Do you think that we have access to it and always have? Mm-hmm. Yes, we do. So I want to ask you a question in just a second. I want you to get prepared for this question. Is what has Mary Kay been kind of whispering to your soul lately? What has she been kind of whispering to you? And I want LaRonda to take, the hands up and be able to have you say that to everyone. Because when you say a blessing in your life, an inspiration in your life, it multiplies the power of that inspiration. Don't keep inspiration to yourself, you guys. Don't be selfish with it, because somebody needs to hear what you have to say. What has Mary Kay been whispering to you lately? LaRonda, can we take any open
Yes.
hands for this at all?
Terry, will you, does anyone raising their hands, Terry, because you're in control of the thing? Yes. Terry, do you see anyone raising their hands?
Linda Hanneman. Linda
go
Hanneman, if you want to take yourself off mute.
Perfect.
What are you waiting for, Linda?
Oh, writing that down. There you go. So that was an inspiration that you received. What are you waiting for? And instead of putting Linda down, put your own name down on your notes.
Mm.
Miss Angela's got her hand up.
Angela Bogan.
Angela, stop being afraid.
Mm.
Okay, Jennifer, go ahead, Jennifer.
Jennifer, you have what it takes. Just pass it on.
Mm.
Hundreds of times said, thousands and thousands of times, pass it on.
Okay, Jesse. I see a Jesse. Go ahead, Jesse. Jesse.
I think to myself is don't give up, keep going.
Awesome, Jesse. Awesome.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm trying to look for hands. Okay, Tammy Keener.
You just said it a minute ago. She's telling me to ask, seek, and knock. Just keep asking.
Mhm.
Awesome. Okay, Pamela.
Keep it simple, sweetie.
It
Let's
looks
take
like,
one more. Let's take
yeah.
one more, then I'll continue.
I think it's Kathy Hamel.
Just pick up the phone and call.
Okay. How many of you can relate to anything that was said in those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6 messages? How many of you can relate? Yeah. How many of you say like all of them? All of them were for me. They weren't for you. They were for me. Okay. So who was Mary Kay? Well, I will tell you something about Mary Kay. She smiled with her whole self and she projected happiness. You guys, right? She projected happiness. Her life was also filled with deep, dark, personal heartbreaks, disappointments, setbacks. I'm telling you that. The heartbreaks of her life are more than most of us would have ever had to experience in our life. But she said many, many times, can you guys remember who had the bloodiest knees of them all?
That's right, Mary Kay.
Mary Kay did. Mary Kay had the bloodiest knees from falling down and getting up, from falling down and getting up, from falling down and getting up. And many of your messages that you got, that you shared with us, are exactly that, right? Exactly around that same subject. So this message is very clear to all of us. It is very clear. When you fall, and we all will many times, get back up again. Fall down 7, get up how many?
7.
Yeah, you fall down
8.
7, get up 8, right? You fall down 7, you get up 8. Now, one time, I'm going to tell you a funny story about this. One time at seminar time, and you know, like when Mary Kay was here, our seminars were like 10,000 each seminar, 10,000 attendees. And PETA, y'all know what PETA is, organization, PETA, Protection of Helpless Animals. They were staging a very large protest right in front of the convention center. Large protest where thousands were people were coming into the convention center. Mary Kay literally turned lemons into pink lemonade with over 100 plus degree hot weather in Dallas. She and several executive staff members served cold lemonade to all of the protesters. Now, it was a vision that I'm never going to forget. I saw that. Our First Lady in a beautiful suit, standing out in 112 degree hot weather, serving people who most likely had no idea who she even was. I learned a thing in that moment: whenever possible, return good. Return good, even if it's not extended to you. No matter how misinformed people can be, and I have personal responsibility for this, is to turn it into something good. Be careful to not become defensive, because when we're defensive, the adversary is going to work on our soul, and then we try to fight fire with fire. Never a good idea. Be level-headed. It's always a good mental choice. Be level-headed, return good for evil every single time. You know, Mary Kay, the company, actually, you guys had stopped animal testing years before that. And in fact, was the forerunner for that movement against animal testing. So I don't know why PETA didn't do their homework, right? Okay. But you guys, seriously, I have learned from Mary Kay to be decidedly happy. People want to be around happy people. They want to do business with you. They want to join your team. They want to join your vision. So if you've got a vision or you don't have a vision, get one quick, because people want to hook onto your vision. And if you don't have a vision, then use Mary Kay's vision and extend that, just like a long chain. We attract more people when we're happy. We attract happy people. And when we're happy, our voice is different, isn't it? Our energy is higher. We expect more. We're more clear about our own expectations. We even look better. And then, well, we even look more rested, that's for sure. And then when we're decidedly happy, we have so much more to spread. Now, I know that there are many times when you have every reason not to be happy. I know there are many times when it is miserable out there and it's sad and you have losses, and that's a part of life. It is a part of life. But don't let that one thing, two things, three things, five things, 10 things steal more of your life, more of your happiness than it already has. Be decidedly happy. And she taught me to never allow someone else to take our happiness away. Never give someone else that much power in your life to control your life. And you know what? I learned a lot from that, not giving anyone power to control my life or my happiness. Being happy also gives oxygen to your enthusiasm. It gives oxygen to your attitude. And those two things, attitude and enthusiasm, they form greatness, because nothing of greatness was ever done without both enthusiasm and attitude. Mary Kay often told us that our success is 90% what? 90% what? Attitude. It is 90%. So if you do 10% of the stuff that's right, don't worry about it, because it's 90% attitude. You can do the worst things with the best attitude and have them turn out right. Isn't it true? Isn't it true? But I tell you, I got to tell you, I have a story I'm gonna share with you, because in this story, if I could give women one gift that truly I believe would lead to every other important thing in their life, it would be a powerful, positive, judgment-free tribe. So this story I'm going to tell you is about female elephants. And as good stories go, you may find yourself within the words and the depth of the meaning here. So I'm going to ask both LaRonda and Terry, if after this story, where do you see yourself? Okay, you ready for this? Let's do it. Let's do it. So this story is about female elephants. Yep. And as good stories go, yeah, you will find yourself within the words. And in the wild, when a mama elephant is giving birth, all the females in the herd will back around her in formation. They close ranks. I don't know if you can see this. They close ranks so that the delivering mama cannot be seen in the middle. Okay. They stomp and they kick up dirt and they throw off the attackers. And basically, you guys, they act like badass warriors. Yeah, exactly. They surround the mama and the incoming baby in protection, sending a very clear signal to predators that if they want to attack their friend while she's vulnerable, they're going to have to get through 40 tons of female aggression first. So when a baby elephant is being delivered, the sister elephants do two things. They will kick up dirt and throw it over the newborn to protect its fragile skin from the sun. And then they start trumpeting a female celebration of new life, of sisterhood, of something beautiful being born in the harsh, wild world where there are desperate enemies, attackers, and predators and odds. Guess what? We're in that world. And scientists tell us, I tell you, these scientists tell us a couple of things. These female elephants take this formation only 2 times. In 2 cases, under the attack of predators like lions or during the birth of a new elephant. So you know what? This is what we do as sisters. When one of us is vulnerable, when we are giving birth to new life, new ideas, new ministry, new spaces, when we are under attack, what we need our people to surround us, to create and so that we can deliver, that we can heal, that we can recover. We get information. We get around her. We close up ranks and we literally have each other's backs. So the message here is that you want to attack, you want to mess with my sis, you got to come through us first. Good luck. So when baby comes, when new ideas come, when healing comes, when new life makes its entrance, when healing finally begins, when the night is past for that sister, we are ready to rise her back up. And we sound our trumpets. And because we saw it through together, we celebrate, we cheer, we raise our eyes to heaven, and we give thanks. So I needed to hear this, and maybe you did too. If you are closing ranks around a vulnerable sister, or if your goals have been surrounded while you were tender, this is how we do it. There's no community like the community of Mary Kay Sisters. I believe that. And it's in our DNA. The day you signed your agreement, you became one of these. How do you relate to this story?
Okay. Go ahead, Linda.
I often call my Mary Kay family, my Mary Kay sisters. They are my sisters. They are my family. Terry's mom is just like my, she's my mom now, and I can relate to that story so quickly because anybody messes with my Mary Kay friends, my sisters, then they're going to have to go through me.
Awesome. Anyone else? I'm looking. Do you ever see someone too?
Absolutely.
Okay. Is it Loopy? Loopy? Okay. Making sure. Is it Loop? Say it for me.
It's Loopy.
Okay. Perfect.
Just wanted to say that was so powerful, and I definitely see that in our world with Mary Kay Sisters. And no matter if you're having a good day or a bad day, we could always count on one another to lift us up and be there and empower prayer. Love it.
Jennifer? I see Jennifer. Thank you, Lupe. Thank you, Linda.
I've been in for 24 years, and I truly believe that's why I'm still in Mary Kay. It's because of that.
Oh.
Thank you, Jennifer. Anyone else? I know that there are people that are texting or chatting. Tempe, are you able to get off and communicate?
I think Wendy had her hand up too.
Okay, great. Wendy, if you are able to get off mute. And I also see Janet.
Yeah, I saw Janet too, yes.
And I also see Jackie. So let's go ahead and Wendy, if you'd like to go, and then Janet, you can follow, and Jackie after her. Okay, so I don't think Wendy is off mute. Janet, would you like to go ahead and go while Wendy's getting off mute?
Yes, thank you for the story, very powerful, and I feel that way in our Mary Kay unit, that sisters support each other and they really rally with each other and help each other. So it's a really good thing to be part of, and I love being part of the unit and in Mary Kay. Thank you for that story.
Beautiful, Janet.
Yes. Jackie?
Suzanne, when you were sharing that story, what came to me was not letting your sister consultants, your sister directors off the hook. Like, we protect each other's goals, we protect each other's vision for what we're creating, and always having their best interests in whatever you're doing with your Mary Kay business, but having your best interest for your sister consultants, having your best interest for the company, just protecting each other.
So true. So true.
Thank you,
Right.
Jackie.
Well, I want to continue unless we've got one other person.
Terry, it's Tempe.
Tempe's available. Awesome. Thank you, Tempe. Go ahead.
Thanks. So powerful. And I'm just grateful that we're able to hear and share this evening. And when you're talking about the legacy and how the elephants really, the 2 times a year that they really are powerful together. And it just makes me just think that how much we need each other, how super vital it is in our lives to succeed in how we raise up each other, how we grow each other, how we just glean and depend and lean on each other in all that we do, from the time that we are little bitty and newborns up and through the time that we're older, how we have a responsibility from the very time we're born until we're older in life, and older in our sisterhoods, and how we develop and grow and have a place in that tribe. And I appreciate being able to share and have that place and have others to know that confidence, knowing that they're there with us and we can grow each other up together.
Very nice. Thank you, Tempe.
Such good comments. Well, I want to take all of you very wise women, very, very smart. I want to take you to one next important thing, and that's about your Mary Kay culture. Mary Kay culture, because your culture will take care of your business, but your business will not take care of your culture. The power of who we are and what we will become, you guys, is in our seed. And if you look at companies that have lost, and in many cases, there's a ton of them this last year and a half that have lost, it's because the leaders did not understand the command of the culture. You see, no one's going to remember a dying culture. This, Mary Kay, is a culture of self-awakening. And it's been my discovery that each of you can safely bring your ambition right into Mary Kay, and even more during times of uncertainty, even more during times of uncertainty. We have a challenge. We rally. When we have a challenge, we rally. We do not sit back. We might have setbacks, but we don't sit back. We find a way. Veronda said it earlier, we find a way under, around, through, on top of. And this is how we become our most powerful self. Global pandemic. Oh yeah, we're sure and steady and believing in our goals and our dreams we have set, and we continue to take action on them. These goals and dreams combined with this culture will keep the doors of our opportunity wide open and secure. Our legacy, you guys, our legacy cannot be lost. It can only be given away. Under times of stress, it is loyalty to the seed that made and created this greatness. It is loyalty to the seed. But this company has always been built on the golden rule. Simply said, the golden rule and the go-give spirit. It's who we are. It is who we are. Mary Kay was as kind and sweet and wonderful to the janitor and the waitstaff as she was to the heads of state. Yeah, the vision of Mary Kay image will not fade, but it will if we forget to teach it or example it. It will. You guys, don't forget your dying queen. The path is really clear when you read her books. The path is really clear when you listen to her speeches or you hear her talk. She never held back. Oh, she never held back on principle, image, tradition. This was her timeless wisdom. You can ask yourself, what would you wear? Or would I wear that? Would I do that? Would I say that? Would I treat that person that way if Mary Kay were standing right next to me? Yeah, well, she is standing right next to you. She became even more powerful as an angel to all of us. She's whispering to all of you right now. Are you listening? You know what she's saying. You know what she's saying because she said it to these sisters tonight. She's saying to you another thing, that this is your time. This is your time. She knew about technology long before COVID. She knew about COVID long before COVID. Are you kidding? Heaven knows all this stuff. And we have everything in our fingertips right now to experience record-breaking weeks, months, and years. I know it. How do we know it? Because it's right here. How do we know it? Because it's right here. 1 year ago, I wrote in my journal. I will tell you what I wrote in my journal 1 year ago. This month, this is what I wrote. Mary Kay Inc. will have an all-time record-breaking sales during coronavirus. And there will be an army of pink women in pink, taking it on and showing the world how to rally. Did it happen 1 year ago? Did this happen? Oh yeah. Oh, no kidding, it happened. More directors in $1 million status than ever before. It's just one thing, but there's lots. There's lots. And I will say, because I knew Mary Kay very personally, is that there was never, no, never, not ever, never did Mary Kay ever say, I don't know how. She may have thought it 100 times, and she may not have known how to work, research, and dig into how to do it. But my friends, that's why we're here, is that she figured it out.
That's right.
Just like you do. Figured it out. And you know, she put people way, way ahead of profit and loss. And to this day, the very best question that I can ask myself is, what would Mary Kay do? And if you ask that question, then you most likely will get the answer really quick. It's much easier to do the right thing, really much easier to do the right thing than try to explain why you didn't. Tough times will reveal true character. I think Mary Kay would have you do a couple things. She'd have you work your plan and plan your work and do a daily plan sheet and capture the energy of your idea that work fills to expand the time allotted. She would set up FaceTime parties, and she would get the latest and the greatest tips on product, and she would make it fun. She would make it interesting. She'd select people in her personal team, personal unit who want to move up, set appointments with them, do sharing appointments. She'd get into action. Number 3, I think she would set a very fun team building goal because of all the love that Mary Kay had. The biggest love she had in business was building teams, and then teams of teams. She often said that the product would change the face, but the opportunity would change what? Their lives. She often said that. And she would rally all of us and set a really fun goal and a contest, and we'd run like crazy to accomplish it. And yeah, number 4, she would work around her family and the kids and home and get them working with her, and then reward the little ones for playing for short amounts of time while she worked. And then later, she would see those same children teaching their children how to have good work ethic and how to have fun while doing it. She wouldn't sit and wait. No, that would be like sitting on the railroad track. Sometime you're going to get run over sooner or later. You know, it's so much more fun and rewarding to be exhausted every single night before you go to bed, exhausted from working and being in service to others, rather than being rusted out from rest. I have so much respect for each one of you. We women get things done. We have vision, we have grit, we have creativity. And honestly, we have a caring about one another. We watch each other's backs. We cheer for each other. And when things are going well, we laugh and we're free and we have humor in the oddest places. We have fear. We have the strangest humor. We never point fingers at one another. And we are quick to show appreciation, love, quick to show gratitude. You guys are extraordinary, beyond norm. You're on here. You're beyond norm. You are exactly what Mary Kay envisioned this company to be, and you're her daughters. And you know why you're her daughters? Because she called you her daughters. Mm-hmm. This is the work that we've been trained to do. We were made for this time. Our gifts, our hope, our happiness, we need more now than ever. You can't retreat. You can't hide. We cannot indulge in doubt. Mm-hmm. You guys, once you let doubt creep in, it will open you up to a chasm of not good stuff. So defend yourself against any doubt that messes with your head. I am really proud to claim you as my sisters. So now let's do this really right thing. Let's do it with our thoughts and our actions, and let's get our 40 tons of badassness. And let's not only let Mary Kay see what we do, but let's really do it. Let's do it, you guys. And let's say it to ourselves, game on, game on. And I will tell you, I am so proud to be a part of your night tonight. And I hope I've made a difference. Thank you. God bless.
Oh, wow. Wow. Well, Suzanne, first of all, you always, this is how you say things, the stories, the scriptures. I remember sitting at your feet all those years at the very beginning, and still to this day, and so grateful. And so I know Terry and I, we of course always affirm. And you know, first I'll say thank you for talking about culture. Thank you for talking about who we are and what we've always represented. You know, I still to this day, you know, Terry and I, of course, Terry was a baby with not a pacifier, but a pink lipstick. But the point is that you know, you may call me old school, but I am like the school, right, with y'all, because I'm in that same path as the Suzannes and the Shirley Oppenheimer and everything. And the bottom line is that I pray every day for everyone out there, even the ones coming into Mary Kay, Suzanne, that are just experiencing Zoom, really know who we are. And they haven't seen always, you know, the culture and out there, and they can see videos and all that, which is wonderful. But I always still for myself ask, would Mary Kay do that? And you always will rise above consultants. You will always do the right thing. Whether you meet someone and they go, oh yeah, I need a cleanser, and do you have a consultant? Always do the right thing. And so we just want to have some consultants affirm. And so I know Tammy Keener. Where are you, Tammy? Tammy, will you open up, please, and share from your heart anything you want to share to Suzanne, please?
Sure. Game on. This is awesome. I'm so excited. Oh, I love your truthfulness and that power that comes from deep inside you. It's just impressed us all. We can feel it through the screen. And I'm so thankful that you came on and shared that legacy with us tonight. This has been amazing. I've come to Mary Kay later in life. I'm older than LaRonda. I'm blessed to also have LaRonda and Terry. Thank you also. But I did not have the blessing of meeting Mary Kay in person. And I just feel like tonight was just amazing for me. It was a blessing for me because I can feel that spirit through you. And you've shared that with me. And it's been a blessing I will never forget. Thank you so much for all that you are and all that you brought. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. I know. Jennifer Ludman.
Suzanne, this has just been amazing. I'm a pretty emotional person, so I'll try to get through this. But I've seen you speak. I've been adopted with several different directors, and You truly have. I agree with Tammy. You truly have brought the spirit of Mary Kay. It's really, it's like she was there on the screen, and and I agree with LaRonda. I'm actually LaRonda's. But I agree that you have brought the culture. You have really opened that culture and reminded us about the golden rule and the go give spirit. And what really hit me is you saying that this will fade if we don't teach it and we don't give it away. And I know LaRonda is she embodies this so much. And it's just beautiful to see all of our elephant friends backing us all up and being that strength that we need. Each one of us at one point or another needs that strength. And that's what Mary Kay is all about. And we appreciate you for being on and just taking your time out and just pouring into us your love. And I can see it. I can see it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Terry.
Yeah, so good. I'm going to go ahead and just, I have a few girls that I have raising their hand, and I'll go ahead and start with Lily Eggleston. Lily, would you like to share?
Suzanne, for you to get still emotional about Mary Kay Ash says so much. So much on who you are, who we have become, just being in Mary Kay. You know, even if I have a consultant that is in it for a year, I know that she will grab something that she never had before. And that's what I always say, give it a year. I love the fact that this past year, we all got together as elephants and we were the #1 in direct sales because we were taught to never give up and go for it. And that is something that we did, uncomfortable, you know, I would say willingness to just do the thing that we don't know how, but we will know how. And so defending your thoughts. I love that you shared about the culture and the attitude and the enthusiasm. You are so right, especially today. You know, that sign that says, make me feel important. You know, even with the mask on, we can definitely do that with our eyes. And so thank you, Suzanne, for just pouring tonight in us and being that Mary Kay that I wanted to see that tonight. So thank you, Suzanne.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Lily. Also, Gayla, I have Gayla who is requesting to just share what she heard tonight. Thank you, Gayla.
I would just so love to bless this beautiful woman in Mary Kay that I have known for many years. I've been in 18 years, and you know, you are a precious lady that Mary Kay, well, you chose Mary Kay for your life, but actually she chose you too. And I just wanted to share something about what you talked about as being together and being a team. And so, you know, we're in a small town out here in Eatonville by Mount Rainier. And then I just love the what you talked about is the army of elephants. But yesterday, I took all of my consultants that were stars and we went zip lining, and we felt that connection of being together and loving each other and knowing that, you know, you earned this because you get to be here. And, you know, we had such a great time. And so I know that, you know, this last year has been tough, but but yesterday we celebrated some incredible consultants just by knowing that we are part of this heritage of Mary Kay, which I love so much. And thank you for sharing your heart with us tonight. I took so many notes. And I also want to thank Terry because, you know, I'm an adoptee of Terry's because I have one of her consultants in my unit, and she's such a treasure to me because she always invites me to be part, and I get to see LaRonda, I get to see Terry, and I get to see all of you guys as people. So thank you again, Terry, one more time for inviting me.
Oh my goodness, a blessing. Thank you, Gayla. I do have two more, and I really want to limit this tonight to honor everybody's time. However, this was so good, and I want Blanca Bain. Blanca, if you want to go ahead and take yourself off mute and contribute, and we'll have one more after Blanca.
Well, thank you, Terry and LaRonda, for doing this for us, keeping this culture so strong. And I do get emotional, just like I think it was Jennifer that gets emotional all the time. And so thank you for just reminding us and putting that "you can do it, Blanca." You know, all the thoughts that we all had, just put your name right there. And it just applies because we all have those thoughts, but we can do it in Mary Kay. So thank you for reminding us. Thank you for your willingness to share and pour into us. And I love return good for evil, because there's so much stuff going on right now. So thank you for that. Even though with the loss and everything that's going on in the world, we can still be better. We can do better. So thank you for that.
Precious Blanca, thank you very much for sharing. And Jana Nitwich, I know that she has raised her hand, and Jana, we'll go ahead and wrap everything up with you, and then I'll go ahead and wrap it up as well. So Jana, if you want to take yourself off mute. Blanca, thank you for sharing.
Suzanne, thank you sincerely from the bottom of my heart. I have never had the pleasure of hearing you. And I've been in Mary Kay for over 10 years. Tonight was unbelievably moving. And the wisdom that you shared was not just words from you, but it was so clear. It was words from her. It was like an ocean washed over me and over us, instead of just having wisdom and words being shared. I mean, we truly felt her love by how you shared her words through. So thank you for that. It was so moving and such a blessing. And I've never heard about the female elephant tribe. That was fabulous. That was fabulous. And it was such a perfect example of exactly what we are even today, so many years later.
Wow.
So thank you.
Awesome, Jana. Thank you very much. Well, I just want to take a moment and just thank everyone for joining us tonight. And for those that wanted to share, thank you very much for just sharing your heart with Suzanne. Suzanne, what I took away from tonight, always, every time I sit with you over dinner in a different country, over the phone, in my car, wherever I'm at, over Zoom, I always learn something. And your story of the female elephant actually reminds me of the story of the Israelite women. And I won't go into that now, but I just think about how they protected each other while they were giving birth to their babies, to protect their firstborn children, their firstborn son specifically. And I'm like, wow, that is absolutely amazing. And when I think about how you said how the elephants, they will attack the lions. And I think in the Mary Kay world, what I think about is we actually are leaders, and for each other, our peers, we help each other when we attack the lies. I call the lions, maybe the lies that come in, that we can't do it, that we're not strong enough, we're not smart enough, we're not pretty enough, whatever, not enough. That we are a stand for each other of who we are and whose we are. And I've been with Mary Kay. October will be 29 years. And I think to myself, from the time I was single, getting married, postpartum depression, I can think of so many situations, Suzanne, where the women in my Mary Kay world stood by my side, surrounded me, and literally spoke truth directly to my, to my soul, my spirit. to my being. And I am who I am today because of the words, the women, the tribe that I have chosen to surround myself with. And then I think about giving birth, and I think about giving birth, Suzanne, to our dreams that we have in Mary Kay, right? The dream that our Mary Kay business can afford a son's college education. It can afford Cinderella weddings. It can afford the ability to stay at home with a sick father. By the way, those three things are all things that my Mary Kay business has afforded me, but that was a dream that I so desperately wanted to birth. And the women in Mary Kay surrounded me and held me up and held my arms up when I was weak. And they allowed me to birth my dream, putting both of my sons through college, to be able to sit by my dad's side as he's so ill right now. Whatever the situation is, I have these amazing women in my life that is like no other. And like you, speaking life into my life, you were a tribe of one last night, kicking up dirt for sure. And wow, like, thank you very much. And I love it because just like LaRonda, Suzanne, I am, and just like you, I've always said I've had many conversations in the last 7 days where someone said, tell me about what is a face, or what is this, or what is that. And I'm like, the entire week I've been saying, let's look at what Mary Kay would say, or how do I do recognition for my unit night? What does Mary Kay do at seminar? That's what you recognize. I always go back to, what did Mary Kay say? What has Mary Kay done? Let's pull out her books. Let's learn her thoughts. Let's learn her words. Let's learn, because she was wise. And the Bible has always told us to associate with wisdom. And wow, and I love it. I love it. I love the fact that we do protect our culture and our attitude, and gosh, and what a wonderful world to be in, a judgment-free tribe. How nice is that? And so I'm going to let LaRonda wrap it all up. But Suzanne, I'm grateful for your time tonight. You don't have to do this. You're retired. And wow, but hey, if retirement looks that good, we're all going to consider retirement. So
That's right.
We love you, and blessings 100-fold back to you, as always, to you and to your children and to your grandchildren. And we are rooting your daughter on as she moves forward past the 400,000 into 1 million, just like you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
That's
such kind words. In fact, they are waiting for me now. We're going to go over and have a little dinner with them. And
nice.
that my daughter, Kara, I've got 2 daughters, but my daughter Kara only lives 10 minutes away, and I'm so happy about that. Oh my gosh.
Your family, Suzanne, has exploded. And the story from the very beginning, and Kara and all that. I mean, y'all, we could sit here for hours and tell stories. But God is so good, and we are so grateful. And I am personally, I know Terry and I feel the exact same way, but I know for myself, that always, I know that you're my friend, and I love you very, very much. And I mean that. You will go the extra mile, and you always have, and you always will. And you always just say, what could I do? What could I do? How could I pray? How are things going? And you care about others first. And that's what leadership is all about. So consultants, I just want to encourage you, if you're not registered for seminar, I know we're not together yet, but if before you know it, it's over if you haven't registered. And many of you have, but if you haven't registered, because it was seminar that I saw Suzanne Brothers being crowned queen. It wasn't, back in the day, it was, I thought it was all the crown stuff, but it was a vision, and that vision did come to pass. But it was seminar where I caught it. It may be through a screen, but it may be the top director's story, the national story. I don't know whose story is going to touch your heart, but I can promise you that if you show up, God is moving you in that direction. So get registered if you haven't registered yet. Suzanne, we love you so much. Consultants, I love what you did tonight, Suzanne. I watched their faces. I could feel their heart. But Jan, I don't even know you. I was watching you. I'm like, make sure Jana gets on there. I could see Jana through the screen. I could feel what you did. Like I felt you all. And so guess what? Take what you felt tonight. Don't let go of it. Bottle up. And when tomorrow, when you get 10 no's, no one wants to buy a product from you. They hate Mary Kay. It doesn't matter because you know, right? Because you know what's right and you know what's real and you know what is powerful. And it's the powered by Pink, right? And it's the love of Mary Kay. And that's who we are. And that's what we represent. Keep standing strong, consultant. Suzanne, we love you so much. Mwah. Love you, love you, love you. Love you so much. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Love you. Have a great night. Thank you so much.